Updated yay or nay stats are back again because it is Monday, the second video of the day. What's going on, everybody? Let's get into it, shall we? Just jump right into some results. Let's do it. Top four. Gotta sigh for a second because there's only one left, as you can see. Only one character above 80%. Look at that. Crash is still number one. He's still sitting there pretty with an 81.3% in first place. He did drop slightly this week in percentage, but he's still above 81. But Dr. Eggman dropped below 80%. Dr. Eggman now sitting at 203 total votes, 162 for yeses, 33 no's, 8 unsure's. Eggman's down to 79.8%. Ooh. Don't remember the last. I don't think that's ever been a thing, right? I don't think that's ever been a thing with only one character above 80%. Weird, man. But the other one, Scorpion's still sitting pretty there in third place that he took last week. And, well, as you notice, there is a difference. There's a shakeup in the top four as well. Not just because Eggman dropped below 80%, but Tails is back in the top four. Yeah, that's right. Somebody dropped out of the top four. You'll see him in the next slide, but man, Tails back there again. Look at that. Tails works his way up to 78% total. I think Tails had a great week this week. It was like 4 votes for him. All 4 of them were yeses, so good stuff for Tails. 146 yeses, 114 no's, or 114 yeses, 30 no's, 2 unsures, and like I said, 78% for Tails. Pretty dang good. All right, let's move to the next 4. Okay, Bomberman, I know you said he had to make the top 5, but is number 6 good enough for you? For you to do your little updated Slackerz Pass video? Okay, so if anybody knows what I'm talking about, last week Bomberman made a comment in the Yay or Nay updated stats where he said if Bomberman made it in the top 5, he was going to do an updated version of that. But, well, as you can see, last week's character, Bomberman, debuts in the number 6 spot. I thought that was crazy, especially after the week we had last week when we had King Boo debut in the top 10. I was kind of baffled by that. I didn't think many characters could debut in the top 10, top 8, top 6 alone, but Bomberman's sitting right there. Bomberman comes in with 92 total votes, 71 yeses, 16 no's, and 5 unsures. Bomberman starts off with a 77.1%. Oh, 6th place, so close. But like I said, who dropped out of the top 4? That'd be Rayman. Rayman drops to number 5. So he does drop a spot. Rayman does currently sit in with 77.6%. So he is 0.4% behind Tails for 4th place. So maybe if he has a decent week. I think Rayman, if I remember, had 5 votes, 2 yeses and 2 no's. Or it might have been 2 yeses and 2 no. 2 yeses, 2 no's for sure. But it might have been 2 yeses and 3 no's. Either way, it wasn't a great week in terms of great percentage for voting, but it is what it is. Then, of course, Master Chief stays in 7th, and Shantae actually drops to 8th place. Yeah, Shantae falls a little bit, but she's still hanging around in the top 8, which is crazy. So if you know who dropped out of the top 8 from last week, well then, guess who's going to be number 9? Heavy Weapons guy actually drops out of the top 8 for the first time in months. So, yeah. And the thing is, as you see his percentage, he does have a 75.2. Last week he had a 75.3, so he dropped 0.1% this week, but there's characters that always, you know, oh, I gain 0.1, 0.2, or I'll lose 0.1, 0.2, so it's kind of like, all right, yeah, not really a big deal, nothing to worry about if you're a fan, but just an interesting little note to, well, take note of. But Heavy in 9th, and then, of course, Spyro in 10th. There is King Boo in 11th, who, well, technically dropped because we had a new debuting character much higher than them, so of course they'll get pushed down one spot. But King Boo sitting in 11th place still with 72.5%, which is only 0.1% below Spyro for 10th place, who Spyro has 72.6. Then, of course, Bandanity rounding out the top 12 with 209 total votes, 149 yeses, 54 no's, 6 unsures, and Bandanity has a 71.2%. So not bad. That means next round of 4, bring them up. And check that out. Check it out. Shadow moving up. Remember last week, Shadow and King Boo both debuted on the stats. This week, King Boo, well, technically fell one spot, but only because of a new debuting character. But Shadow made some gains this week. Shadow had 14 total new votes, 12 yeses and 2 nos. So Shadow jumps from 16th place last week up to 14th place this week. So big jump for Shadow. He's up to 125 total votes, 87 yeses, 37 nos, 1 unsure, and he's now up to 69.6%. So he's looking pretty good, but then Sora's right there in 13th with a 70.5%. Leon Kennedy dropped a few percentage points this week. He is now down to 68.8%. And then Saul Bad Guy from the Guilty Gear franchise, who actually has a new game coming out in June, I believe. Unless that got delayed again. I don't think it did. But either way, Saul Bad Guy sitting in 16th place with 68%. So looking good for him. Next round of 4, let's go. We got 17 through 20, which is going to be the Knight from Hollow Knight, Ryu Hayabusa, Chun-Li, and Agumon. There you go. So the Knight sitting with, what's he got? 67.2%. Ryu Hayabusa fell a few percentage points this week, but he's down to 66.6%. Then Chun-Li, who actually gained, I want to say she gained like 2 percentage points this week, which is, in this series, that is absolutely huge. But she gained, it was at least 2, but she's up to 66% even, which is very good. And then Agumon dropped a few percentage points as well, but he is now down to 65.7 and sitting in 20th place. But overall, still not terrible, still not bad. But yeah, I think Chun-Li kind of had the same thing as what Tails, if I remember. It was like 4 votes or maybe 5 votes, and it was like 4 yeses, 1 no, or maybe all 4 yeses. So it was a really good week for Chun-Li all around, so good for her. But yeah, that's 17 through 20, I should say. So next round of 4 comes into 21 through 24, which we got Waluigi in 21st, Kratos in 22nd, Akira Howard 23rd, and then Phoenix Wright in 24th. Well, I think Waluigi stayed in the same spot. Kratos dropped, I think, like 3 places this week, so he did not have a good week. Akira Howard, I think, stayed the same, and I believe Phoenix Wright also stayed the same. So good for them, but Wally's sitting at 65.4%. His percentage went up. I did say Kratos dropped a few positions, so that means his percentage went down. He's now sitting at a 65.2. Look at how close all these races are, man. Even Agumon in 20th place had a 65.7. So you have 65.7, then you have 65.4, then you got 65.2, then you have 65% with Akira Howard, and then Phoenix Wright in 24th place with 64.1. So, like, seriously, if Phoenix Wright was able to gain 1 percentage point, I mean, I guess he's only jumping 1 spot, but if he could gain, how about 2? If he could gain 2 percentage points, as an example, from this week to next week, just based on these positions, Phoenix Wright would go from 24th place up to 19th place. He would jump 5 spots. Yeah, everything's all grouped in together. It's so cool to see. That's why I love doing the updated stats. Just kind of see, all right, number. I'm a numbers guy a little bit, so you know. Okay, slight decrease here. All right, how far do you fall? Slight increase. How high do you jump? So it's kind of cool stuff there. But yeah, there's 21 through 24. So that means 25 through 28 is up next. We got Dante from Devil May Cry, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Doom Slayer from Doom, and Lloyd Irving from the Tales of series. Lloyd again had a pretty decent week, as he's been doing for pretty much the past month since the Tales of fan base kind of found the this video, or the series I should say. So I don't remember exactly the number, but it was another good week. But he ended up getting like, oh boy, was it like 8 total votes, and it was like 7-1 or 8-1 or something. It was still pretty good for him. So like he ended up passing. Look at that, Lloyd Irving ended up passing the century mark in total number of yeses. So that's pretty good. Lloyd is up to 171 total votes, 101 yeses, 63 nos. Still 7 unsure's, but Lloyd Irving jumped up to 59%. So he's doing pretty well. But then of course you got Doomslayer in 27th. I'm working backwards here for some reason, but Doomslayer 27. He's sitting with 60.1. He did not move in percentage points at all. Lara Croft is, I think she's down to 62.2%. And then Dante, I believe, also dropped percentage, but he's down to 63.9%. So there you have it, 25 through 28. That means We only got like 8 characters left to get through, so here's the first half of them. 29 through 32, we got Dixie Kong, Yuri Lowell, Gino, and Chosen Undead. Dixie Kong, what'd she have, like 2 and 2? I think 4 votes this week. I think 2 yeses, 2 no's, or 3 yeses and 1 no. She had at least 1 no this week, but it was decent for her. But 133 total votes, 77 yeses, 48 no's, 8 unsures, and she did move up in percentage. I know that for a fact. She was at 57% last week. She's up to 57.8% this week, so nice little healthy jump there. Yuri's sitting there. He didn't get quite as many votes as Lloyd, but Yuri did get a few votes as well. I think he actually had like 2 votes or 2 no's this week. So, but he's up to 158 total votes, 84 yeses, 69 no's, 6 unsures, and Yuri's still sitting around. Well, he's at 53.1%, so he's still above 50%, which is good if you're a fan of him. Then we got Gino. I think Gino had like 5 votes this week. He actually had 3 yeses and 2 no's. So Gino getting close to 100 yeses. Still somewhat close to 100 no's, but he's going to more than likely get 100 yeses before the no's. But Gino's up to 51.6%. And then Chosen Undead had 2 and 2 this week. 2 votes, or 2 yeses, 2 no's. He's up to, 49.4. I think last week he was at 49.3, so he did move up in percentage. Very slightly, but he still moved up. And then, of course, that means the last 4... It's kind of, for me, it's a little sad. Pyramid Head, like, I get it. Pyramid Head pretty much has no chance. Like, he's not a character that's on anybody's radar, but he's a gaming icon, and then he's down here in the basement with Monster Hunter and Jonesy and crewmate. That one kind of hurts a little bit, but, I mean, at least he's got, like, more than double the percentage points. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. But Pyramid Head 33rd place with 46.4%. Monster Hunter with 23.8%, Jonesy with 23.4%, and Crewmate with 21.5%. So there's your top 36. That is pretty much it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. Again, friendly reminder, this is the second video of the day. There was a video earlier today for our brand new character in the Yay or Nay series. Probably on screen right now. Go ahead and click it. It's for Pea Shooter from Plants vs. Zombies. Go drop a vote over there. Either way, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.